What's going on, everybody? We should be kicking this live stream off here just momentarily. Computer's deciding to see what it wants to do. We'll give it a minute here, let you guys see that it's coming on. What are we doing here? Come on, OSB. Got some weird interruption here, guys. Give me just a second. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to check, make sure we got good audio. See if I can hear myself. I'm trying to check, make sure we got. Alright, well, no reverb tonight. I'll put this over here. See who all steps in. Hopefully everybody's doing well. It is colder than heck here. Kind of not used to the single digit numbers quite yet. Oh. Well, guys, I've got some stuff here on the table to talk about. Just kind of give an update. This is the first live stream of 2022. And we're about, 9 days from SHOT Show. So I'm kind of getting ready for it. Some things have come up in the mail, some things have shown up on the table, and just kind of going to run over that, say hi to you guys, and answer any questions. Anybody have anything tonight? And I'm going to talk about what I've been kind of working on here the last week or so after getting over the flu, is some muzzle brakes and muzzle devices and setups for suppressors for your AUG. So that's what I'm messing with. Oh, sorry, got a tag that's bothering me. Well, to kind of first start off, I'm working on a mag pouch. This came in middle of last year. I was kind of using it on my battle kit on my plate carrier and ended up switching over just to standard snag mag holders. The problem with this one is it is a SORN or an SORD Industries. It's from Europe. It's really meant for like the F88, but I don't know if their quality control's off or if it's meant for a thinner mag. But when you actually get into using, these are the Lancer mags, so really similar to your PMag. This thing just does not want to latch. I've left it for like 3 months trying to stretch it. We've done a bunch of stuff here with it, down to the point of trying to throw it in water or stretch it chemically. When you go to hook this thing up, like it's off by half an inch, and it's just miserable to try to do reloads from it. Once you get it latched and it's on. When you hit the button, it pops right open, and it's great to pull from, but the latching system sucks. So what I'm going to end up doing is, actually I've already kind of done it. I just got to finish doing the cut for it. It's got a bite clip that goes inside to remove the actual clevis here. I'll pull this out. So you can actually take this off, and you can see it kind of looks like a little face. We're going to, I'm going to move it up. If you happen to have one of these and you're having the same issue, it's going to take about a 50% rise, so about half an inch higher and then this latch system will actually work for the mags. And it doesn't matter if you got them left to right or if you stagger them. Once you move that about halfway up, granted this will be kind of inverted so you guys can see it, that's actually going to work. So I'm going to mod this, get it fixed, so we can get it back on a side of a plate carrier or a battle belt, and I can get this thing back out in the field. But just in case you've got one of these and it does the same thing with the waffle mags, I just have to have 2 of the Lancer mags out. So that's it. And then that clip will go back into the back of it. You may see one little hole in there, depending on how tight you get it or how far up you gotta go. But I'll cross that road when we come to it. It won't be the worst thing. It's military nylon. So that's it on that one. Let's see. Yeah, 190. Muzzle brake video. I'm probably, depending on weather, gonna go out tomorrow and be filming at K&M Precision, and I don't know, I'll burn through half a case of ammo. Where I'm really going to test out the brake systems I've got. I was really hoping to have my suppressor out of NFA jail so I could play with the suppressor and do this video, but I'm still waiting. 230 something days later, we're still waiting. So I'm hoping this new E-form system is going to work for NFA stuff. So if you guys aren't familiar, now when you do NFA Class 3 for your suppressors, it's all digital, no more paper. You can actually get that system. Hopefully they haven't broke it in like the last week, but just like Silencer Shop, when I did my video talking about it, doing everything digitally, now the whole system has been switched over. So if you guys are going to go do it, make sure you do the digital thing. Supposedly they're going to get it down to 90 days. So if they can, it won't make buying a suppressor so god awful and waiting a year or a year and a half to get your legally owned property back from a gun shop or out of a gun shop safe. You can actually buy something, get your background check, and get it done. So, let's see. So, just so you guys can see, and I'll talk about it here in a minute, I actually got some extra stuff, even some dead air things. So, your original tulip brake. Now, this one is for the M1, but super similar to the original STG-77. This one here is the SA variant, basically your third generation of the AUG, so your standard SA. They called this one the SA 10-hole. When it was sent to me, I wasn't thinking about it, hadn't seen one in a little while, and it was actually set up as like an FBI prototype or industry. After looking into it, finding out, and then cross-referencing some of my history books of what this one is, it was just the original SA muzzle brake that was offered here in the States when they didn't have tulips, and they were trying just to make it look different. It was kind of the era of the Clinton administration banned on, like, dangerous weapons. But it's a 10-hole brake or flash hider, whatever, however you want to say for it. We're going to test it. It is threaded all the way through, and I found out that reasoning was it was just really simple manufacturing of that they put the jig, ran it all the way through, and then put this thing on a lathe, turned it, cut the holes into it, milled some grooves in the front of it, and that was it. So we're going to test that one, see how it works. I haven't shot one, so honestly I don't think I've ever had an AUG with one of these 10 holes on there to play with. And one of the real fun ones, which I have shot before but it's been a little while, is an actual LMG brake. This is a Corvos. This is an original STG-77 LMG brake, and these are super rare. They are still made. The issue is just getting them here to the United States. If you guys want one of these, I'm going to tell you right now, they are stupidly expensive, but they're on the Corvos Defensio website, and you can't get them shipped directly to the United States, so you'll have to figure that out. But if you happen to be in Europe, get one. But I'm going to tell you, I think they're like 250 euro. So they're like $300 for this brake. we're gonna test it. Like I said, I have shot one. It's been so long to actually have one on film. I think I just shot one that was on a gun, and I didn't really pay attention. I was more wanting to shoot the rifle and not pay attention to a brake or a flash hider. So this thing's set up. These are all left-handed systems. The other thing I've got is a Ratworks thread adapter, and this here works for when you want to run a suppressor host, or if you want to switch over into standard 1/2x28 systems. Now, what I've got from Steyr is actually for my Nomad. Great, got a phone ringing. It's for my Nomad series cans, or what they call the hub system. It's a 1 3/8 by 24 main cap, and then the internal thread will go into any 1/2x28. So the system basically screws on, and then this can screw in the back of your suppressor. So it's just a quick release system if you've got like chemo. And then, well, we're just doing the whole thing. Let's see if I can get this off easily here. I may have to step over to get a wrench. One second, guys, let me grab a wrench. Had to have one on this side of the room. And off, there we go. Okay, so once you take off your check nut, if you want to run the adapter from Ratworks, it takes the place of your muzzle brake device and your check nut. Let's see here. We'll screw that back on and show you guys. Okay, so it goes on. And the cool thing with these being left-handed threads and tapered, you technically will never get your system stuck on itself. So remember, left hand onto your gun. Now you have right-handed threads for a standard 1/2x28 system. This becomes your new check nut. If you're running a hub system and you screw this into the back of your suppressor, it's a direct thread, or unscrew off, or you can just keep this on there. They make like a pyro flash hider cap system muzzle blast device that uses the same hub. So that's what it'll look like in system for your AUG. Now, I discussed it, I think, one of my last videos that I published showing you guys gas settings. When the biggest question I get asked is when to get a suppressor plug, or do you need one? How's that all work? So if you check out that video, I showed you where all your gas settings were at, how they worked. When you go in to get your suppressor, the biggest thing, and I always tell people and end up doing constant emails with, depending on the size of your suppressor. So let's just say it's a Nomad, it's a Steyr Nomad. That's a 30 caliber can. The volume of that suppressor will dictate if you need a suppressor plug or not. If you go to a smaller 5.56 can, like one for a Q, that's just meant for 5.56, or a Surefire can, that volume of the can and the back pressure dictates on your piston if you need that plug or not. The best thing to do is, once you get your suppressor, get it all in the system, go shoot it, try it, see how overgassed it is. You can adjust it from the standard to the adverse setting. That might fix it depending on the volume, length and diameter of your suppressor. If that doesn't, there is a mod that you can do. You'll need to pick if you want it to be your standard gas setting or your adverse. Well, basically what you're going to do is you're going to increase the bore gas hole. So let's just say that you use adverse. That's your largest diameter hole. You would take a drill bit and actually drill and increase that hole by 0.5 of a millimeter. So you need very, very good machinist bits. It just takes a little bit of time. If you have a drill press, it works really easy. But you'll enhance that by 0.5. You drill right into it. You just make the hole a little bit bigger. Go shoot your gun. And what you're doing is you're actually tuning and adjusting your barrel, your gas system, to that suppressor. So it will only, in theory, work with that system. You'll lose your adverse for the standard normal adverse system when you take off your suppressor. So you can do that if you do not have access to the suppressor plug, but that actually ends up what you can do with the suppressor plug in tuning and making the gas system and everything work perfectly, so you don't get a whole bunch of gas ejection back at your ejection port back in your face. So you can actually tune it that way. But the biggest thing I tell people is go test, go shoot your gun and try it and see how bad it is. Last year at range day, Dead Air Suppressors was actually on site. We were shooting an AUG that was suppressed with a Nomad TI can in standard setting and switched over to adverse. Gun ran perfectly. Yes, in standard it was a little overgassed, being on an indoor range. We threw it over to adverse and it ran perfectly. So that hopefully can give you guys some avenues that you don't have to worry about, buying a $100 suppressor plug or be overly worried trying to find those parts. You can actually do it with what you have. Let me see here. Somebody's put up a question. For any of the L9s and M9 pistols you had milled, have you had any issues with the sights cracking into the channel on it? Okay, CCX. That particular pistol that I have a video on belongs to Mr. H, my shooting partner, and yes, he has shot it a ton. When I had it in demoed for a few months to play with it and test that slide, I never had issues. Granted, I probably did 500 rounds or so at that time. So at the current rate, no, I haven't had any issues. That was done by L&M Machining, which is now retired and out of business. I do have the specs. I think there's 2 videos that I did showing the specs, showing what needs to be done, kind of when you mill one and giving some overall. I believe I have some pictures, and I will be coming back to that and updating and showing for maybe somebody else that wants to do slide milling, because that's been a new hot question here recently. But at the moment, no. That gun is still up, operational, and is used as an EDC in a competition in 2-gun match. So as far as I know, last reports I had on it, August of last year, everything was 100% and running just fine. Let's see, Corvo's G-brake cost almost as much. Yeah, the LMG Corvos brakes. I just looked at one because I was asking Corvos if they're going to be at SHOT Show, and basically this one here is a little beat up. I had to clean it and throw it through the sonic tank, like the barrel that this came off of. I mean, it was so carbon locked, it was ridiculous, and it's had a life. And I was going to see about getting a new one, but like $300 just for a brake. I can repaint this one. I can go get it sandblasted and I'll get it repainted and make it look just like new, and it won't bother me a bit. But yeah, they're not cheap. The hub systems and stuff. Area 419 makes what they call the Hellfire or the Sidewinder system, which will work for your suppressors. There's a big host for those. If you guys can't get the actual direct dead air mount and everything. And if you're wanting to know what the number, this is KA301, is the 1/2x28 for what their hub system for the Nomad series is what I'm running and have ran on demo guns. So that's that. Ratworks, just go over to Ratworks website and they have the thread adapters. If you guys don't want to have your barrels cut and rethreaded, I think these adapters are less than $50. And they literally screw on. You can tighten them up, 19mm wrench, and then you'll have American 1/2x28 threads. Sure. All right, we'll set this over here to the side. Let's see here. Thoughts on... Okay, so CCX, yeah, Grantham. I caught the highlight reel of that last night. I I don't know if it'll be sacrilege or not. I'm not a really big Grantham fan. I mean, I kind of like what he does. I know he's another YouTuber. I don't know. I'm not overly amused by some of his things that they do. I don't know. I'm not a giant fan. I was impressed with his test and what they were doing. When I saw what they were doing for the test, I kind of already knew where that was going. I got to be a part of and watch a demo where they actually took an AUG and put it in dry ice for 24 hours, pulled it out, and ran it. I mean, literally, they pulled it out. I mean, granted, it was in the South. I mean, they put it in a gun case, like a big Pelican, threw dry ice in it, came back 24 hours later at the range and shot it. And it worked. I was really happy with it. The one test I will say that I wish Steyr would give me an AUG that I don't have to worry about, being mine. I could kind of do some of those tests with was the Ian McCullum from like Forgotten Weapons when they did their sand mud test. I think it was a little unfair for the way that they did that test when they made the AUG fail, but I mean, he made it fail. But I mean, I've put him through the dirt before. I haven't had any issues. I definitely was surprised on a few of the guns that just totally jammed up and quit working. But at the same time, I mean, you start getting into those ultra spec'd, really nice high-end stuff. There's just not any movement room once that metal swells and expands. Like, it just doesn't have the room to do it, which was interesting. And from a machining side, machinist standpoint and engineering, like, the tolerances are tight to begin with, and when metal expands and contracts and has issues, it just really gets to show that on camera, which I thought that was a cool test. But yeah, it was a little long. It would have been neater if he had done it in, like 5 rifles, picked 5 or 6 and then broke that video up. But I think they said they shot for, I think the actual video time was like 2 hours or 3 hours worth of video. They dropped it down to like 28 minutes. So, let's see. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing what it looks like. Kind of let the comments here pick up. I'm going to throw this chuck nut back on. If you guys haven't got to see what one of these muzzle devices look like, that's what it looks like on a 16-inch barrel. Looks a little odd. So there's that one. I have put out there, like I mentioned earlier, SHOT Show is in like 9 days. If you guys have any companies you want me to check out, to go look at, or possibly see about getting involved with, shoot me a message. Let me know. Comment in the video or shoot me an email over to TnSteyr@gmail.com, and I'll go check them out. We've already got 6 or 7 companies lined up to go talk to and do interviews with, and we're adding more. But just in case if I miss somebody, or somebody new's on the market that I should go take a look at or check out, or you guys just want to see it, let me know. Okay, so there is, granted it's not cammed correctly, but there is that 10-hole break. That actually looks a little bit more proper. I don't know. We'll have to cam it correctly. Let's see. It should be... Let's see. You there. You gotta love reverse threads. And back. There we go. So it looks like that. I'll get some better pictures and videos, and I'll put up in when I build this new video and show you guys, how much actual flash and stuff hides off one of these. Alright, so that's AUG stuff. The Potomac mag loader, I've actually got it here. It's in front of the camera. Guys, this thing, they actually commented on the video that I did for them. So I've still got it. It's here. This thing is awesome. If you didn't get a cool Christmas present and you want one, like, I totally recommend, guys, go check these out. Even grab one for your AR or AK. If they make one, I recommend get one of these things. They're really freaking cool and just nice to use. So I'm getting ready, like I said, range day tomorrow, and that's going. So that's there. How do I remove? Let's see. Somebody. How do I remove the original muzzle device? Oh, yeah, that's going to be a real fun one. Okay, so as you guys might hear, Miss TnSteyr is even laughing at that one. Doing your original muzzle device. So, let me take this off and I can kind of give you a better show. First and foremost, if you're going to do this, you need to verify what barrel thread pattern you have. So, when this is a 13x1 left hand, and hopefully it'll show up here real well on camera. When you look at that, you'll see that there is the tulip, actual part, and there's 2 flat wrench marks on either side, and the rest of it's smooth. Same thing goes on the actual check nut. There's just 2 wrench flats, and the rest of the metal is completely smooth. If that's what yours looks like, that is the left-handed thread. If you have one that has a groove cut into it that looks similar to that, looks like for like an O-ring, and it is on both pieces, it's cammed, there's a little hash mark in there, there's a groove cut into it, that is the 1/2x28 right hand thread, your standard American. So that's very first you have to verify. Once you've figured out what that is, you're going to need 2 19mm wrenches. I went to Walmart and I think they're like $8. You get a combo kit. Hold on, I'll even tell you what the name is. Hyper Tough. And you guys are going to laugh. I'm going to explain this because it works really simple. Walmart, yep. I think it's got an item number of 24801. You're going to want to buy 2 of these kits because the frickin' wrench for this is thin enough to get between the brake and the check nut. I actually have broken 2 Craftsman, a Snap-on, and the Lowe's brand Cobalt. I broke like 3 of those wrenches, and when I went to the gun store to have mine done, ended up breaking 2 of their wrenches, whatever brands they were. They ended up, they had to grind the sides, but if you'll buy, and it's stupid, I know they're $8 each, but they're Hyper Tough, cheapy Walmart Chinese BS, but these work and they don't break, they'll come off. So 2 19mm wrenches. The faces are thin enough to get in there to actually get good lockup, because if you round one of these off, you are going to be SOL. The second thing you need to do is a torch. You can use your oven. I've got a video posted about it. Just take the barrel out of the gun like this when it's up on the front and warm the whole muzzle brake area and check nut. Everything in front of your gas piston, you need to warm all this up. If you just kind of hold it over the oven, maybe not a flame gas one, but regular electric works. If you use a blowtorch on the front of this, make sure it's not a cutting torch, make sure it's more like a rosebud, plumber heating for soldering, and keep it moving around. You have to heat this. The book manual, Steyr Armor Guidebook, is 482 degrees. What you're looking for is because they pack all of these threads in blue and red Loctite, like 265 and 295 Loctite that's mixed together. And when I say they mix it, they take the barrel, they dip it in, they turn it like a damn paint stick, and then install everything. What you're looking for is smoke like a cigarette, wisping out. That this has gotten hot enough. At that point, put your wrenches on it, and remember, if it's the left-hand thread, you need to turn left. And the check nut, I'll get this on there. The check nut is actually jammed against the flash hider. So you're trying to tighten one and loosen the other, and you need to make sure that the check nut, normally you need to go to the right. You need like to loosen it and twist back on the flash hider to separate it, because they're actually jammed together. So when that's on, if you're looking at your barrel, you're going to want to twist the flash hider opposite of the gas piston, and you're going to want to tighten the check nut towards the piston. That will give you separation to break it free. Once you get that broke free, that takes the pressure off the tapered threads. It's still hot enough. You can unscrew the muzzle brake. Just get it, turn like 2 rotations, and then twist the check nut, and then let this thing cool down before you try to take it off by hand. Once you do that, you're going to have a whole bunch of carbon, burned up Loctite, and other gunk in the front, and it's going to take a toothbrush and some scrub oil or CLP to get that clean. And it is a pain in the butt. If it's a brand new gun, they come off a little bit easier. If it's on a barrel that's had 10,000 rounds put through it, it can be really, really bad. You might need a cheater bar, or good big set of wrenches. But for the most part, you can do it by hand. It just helps if you've got someone to help you take that apart. But please make sure when you do that you're keeping all the torque on the front. You don't want to stand on this thing. You don't want to put it on the floor. You don't want to put the barrel into a vise and bend it, or twist the barrel. And you especially don't want to do anything around your gas piston assembly and crack it or bend it or break it from the gun, because remember, these are pressed onto the barrel. Granted, they're extremely tight, and I haven't had anybody damage one or break one off, but I have seen guys break off their handles, or they take the barrel and they put it in a vise, and they try to put a rag or something here or foam, and it just doesn't work. So it helps if you have someone that will actually hold it while you're working on the front. And being burnt and getting a bruise is normal. It just happens. Is a muzzle necessary? Really wouldn't say it's necessary, like a brake. If you shoot one of these without one, yes, there is a noticeable difference. That's kind of what I'm going to do in testing, to see which one of the factory style ones work better. I'm a big fan of the tulip, always have been, but I'm gonna see if I can change my own mind. It's nicer if you've got something with it, that takes a little bit of that rise out of the front or kick. But it's nothing extreme if you ever shot one of these that was just a straight barrel. So, all right, let me move some of this stuff. We'll talk about a few of this other things, and we're gonna probably call it a night here shortly. 1 second, guys. Stepped on something. I posted a picture. I'm just gonna talk about it here briefly. Lubricant. I've been testing this one since August of 2021, and it's from AWT. It's Advanced Weapon Technology, Extreme Force. If you guys want to look up the website, it's awtllc.net. Gearhead Works, who I'll get parts from, and it's here in Tennessee. I believe it's one of their companies, or they're partnered with them. I don't have all the particulars, but you can order from that website. This lubricant I've been using on my bolt gun for the 0 to 1 mile project. I've been using it on the pistols and on the AUG, and have not had any issues with it. This stuff goes on, you can wipe it in, and when the metal gets hot, this stuff absorbs into the metal and does not wash off, dry out, anything. It is super, super lubricant. The lubricity of it is really, really good. I'm not a chemical guy. It's gun oil. it hasn't froze. I'm probably going to try to do a freeze test here, but I mean, I was running the gun in 30-degree weather not too long ago. Granted, it got really cold the other night, and I should have put it outside. I might do that tonight, and I'll test it tomorrow. But normal Tennessee weather, you know, from the 80s and 90s down to 30 degrees, this stuff's been awesome. I actually noticed my standard deviation and load dwell time on the bolt gun has improved noticeably with this. So the AUG in my 16-inch configuration and the CQB running it, I have not cleaned it since August, and all the range days, everything that I've been doing, I haven't added any more lubricant since I posted in my Instagram stories on how to lubricate your AUG. So this stuff's been really, really good. I know somebody was asking me oil the other day. I sent them a picture, but I figured I'd let you guys know about it if you want to go check it out. It's AWT for Advanced Weapon Technologies. So it's good oil so far. Everything's been working really well with it. Thanks. Oh man, you're welcome. Hopefully, you know, have fun. Don't hurt yourself when you try to take the barrel apart, and take your time. Don't rush it. Let's see. Granted, I'm not going to show you guys the front side, but well, it's got stuff on the back. Okay. Arid sent me some new parts. So most of this you guys have seen, the new enhanced triggers for the AUG. So I think this is a gray one or a brown one, but he sent me a new one. I wish he had told me what color it was with me being colorblind, but I think it's brown. But got another new trigger, another set of safeties. That's all pretty standard. I've got another magazine release to play with. This one's been redesigned on, I know, on the latch system compared to the red one that I did have. But the cool thing, and I know another company had released and did one recently for case deflectors, but Arid came out with their own case deflector. I did install one on a gentleman's rifle about 2 weeks ago, and let me tell you, it looks really freaking cool. It just cams in, so there's not like the Corvus that you've got the bolts and you have to pull this out. This literally sits inside. It's got a little 3M sticky tape it puts on, and then there's a tension bolt just to hold it in place. I'll do a video and get this out shortly, but if you guys are looking for a thin, streamlined case deflector, the engineering is just super simple and easy with this. It literally, granted, the time for the 3M adhesive to adhere, but like this takes like 10 seconds to install, and I really like the way it looks on a rifle, the one I got to play with. So I'll actually be putting this one on my gun here shortly and give you guys some field testing. Big question I'm asked with Arid is, you guys know that I do the T&E and reviews types work for them. I'm one of the qualified testers, or I'll say qualified person for it. They are taking a little bit of time right now. They're getting their website built, and they are working with their tooling facility to get all these parts produced in aluminum. So I think at the moment they're taking like a 30 or a 60-day absence. They're still answering emails and stuff, but they're focusing on getting those aluminum parts and everything produced and moving their company and getting everything online with a website and fully developed. So you guys don't have to, you know, go straight to their Instagram page, send an email, correspond that way to get parts. They're trying to get everything streamlined. You can just go right to their website, pick out what you want, like every other company. They're getting all that online right now. So I'll get an update from them from SHOT Show. I'll be closer to the West Coast. Maybe I can catch up. Maybe one of their people will actually be at SHOT Show, and I'll get you guys an updated interview for AUG parts and some more of the future stuff that they're doing. So, but they still are making parts. Just give them a little time. They're shifting gears, working on other sides of the company to make it better for everybody. So they've been really, really cool people to work with. These are really enjoyable. Let's see. William, do you have shirts? Dude, on my personal merchandise, I was meaning to do shirts. I've been kind of playing around. The last company that did these, their designer person is no longer there. Unless you guys just really like this one, but I was kind of looking maybe to re-up the design. I don't have any at the current moment. It's something I'm going to work on this year, so hopefully, I don't know, here soon, I'll see about maybe getting some shirts made. I just did these a few years ago and offered them if you guys wanted them. I don't make any money or anything with them. I think they were like $25 shipped anywhere here in the U.S., for whatever size when I did the order, as I had to order like 50 of them at that time. But I am working on thinking about it. I just got to find somebody to make shirts that I like. So when I get them done, I'll post that I've got some shirts or I'm doing a shirt order and give everybody the opportunity to get one. Appreciate it. I mean, it's nice that people want to have one of my shirts. Yeah, when I did colors, I posted in green and gray. It won't be green this year. I think I'll probably be doing like a dark charcoal gray or a black. So yes, I'll be doing that color. These are really the Dumb Gun Collective. These are really enjoyable. So, Ken has an interesting case deflector. Yeah, the 190. Yeah, that's that company. I do not know. Quatec. Yeah, whatever. That other Austrian company that builds AUG parts. I did try to reach out and talk to them a little bit, and their translation, my interpretation of what they're doing, they're kind of having the same issue that Corvus had, that they have to get permission from the Austrian government or whoever is in charge that does their outside gun sales, like the ITAR type stuff, and getting it shipped anywhere else besides Europe. They're having an issue with that because I was looking at a few of their parts and a few things that they make for the AUG. They got real big and popular here in like the last 6 months. Like everybody's been doing AUG parts, and like the AUG's back for some reason. It's like really, really blown up over like the last 6 months. But they can't get parts out of Europe, and nobody, at least that I found, nobody stateside has even got to touch or see one in person. I've only ever got to see them through Instagram. But their parts do look interesting. I would love to be able to try some. I'll be reaching back out to them. Maybe if they can get their shipping situation figured out, or exportation for gun parts figured out, maybe we can work together. Resources for 20-inch barrel. Okay, yeah, that's man. I think everybody has been impressed and hated me at the same time since I picked up this LMG barrel. In all honesty, guys, one of you subscribers, I'm not gonna mention who he is, but reached out, asked if I was interested, or did I know somebody that wanted to adopt one. In saying that, in adoption, if you guys have ever attempted, looked into it, searched the forums, scoured the internet, and have tried to figure out where to buy a receiver and bolt carrier group for an AUG, and then found out that like they don't ever exist, and in the last 20 years there's only been like 12 or 14 ever sold, by themselves. I happen to know of one that is in need of adoption. If you're looking for an A3 M1 receiver and bolt carrier group, It's up for adoption, and just message me, shoot me an email. That's the easiest way to mess with it. I'll be making a post talking a little bit about it on social media later, but I was told that it is in need of a new home and someone to care for it. So it is a complete receiver and bolt carrier group, ready to be put into whatever stock and barrel assembly that you would want. But going into the barrel, for briefly talking about it, because one of you guys reached out, like I said, and I adopted it, and then somebody else adopted it. So it's here for a short time, and then it's going to move on. The factory ones right now, I know all of the factory AEG parts are extremely hard to get, and it's due to a giant order. The way I understand it, what I was told and might have overheard, was this huge giant order about March of 2021 for AUGs. I don't know if it was a State Department or a government, but I don't know. Somebody with a lot of money bought a ton of AUGs, all the inventory for 14 or 16 months, which has caused this shortage. But Steyr themselves make all the barrels. They make the 16, the 18, the 20, and very, very rarely, once every 5 or 7 years, they make a production run of the 24-inch barrels. So you just have to email, call them, get on a waiting list. After that, if you're trying to find a barrel and get one sooner, or just the next available one, the best thing to do is just search the AUG forums. I mean, you've got Steyr, SteyrClub.com, you have myself, you've got Gunbroker, Gun Prime, Arms List, any of the trading industry places where people list stuff for sale. I mean, check them out. But the AUG Facebook page is a really good group of guys that trade parts or rehome and adopt stuff. I keep a list. You guys know, and I mention it all the time in conversations or when people DM me. If you shoot me what you're looking for, I keep a big notebook list of who's looking for what, and when I see it, find it, hear about it, I put people in contact with other people. So there's that way to try it. Okay, 190. Yeah, you want a shirt too? Awesome. Want one? Okay. Well, there's that. Does that answer some questions? Let's see. Fun stuff. Something I'm super proud of. You guys know that I designed my own holster with double-click holsters, and it took a little while, but this one is the full actual production. It was just a really base model, black. We test everything. I made one more one correction that I wanted that I didn't think about when I built it, or at least I don't remember if I thought about it when I built it. I changed the direction of my magazine. So this particular holster sets up, pistol goes here, and the mag is reversed. So basically, the rounds face into the slide. So when you pull it, you actually have to rotate your hand over, which is kind of odd. Hold on, give me a second, fellers. Okay, so, we had a magazine. So this mag goes, all right, that's how it goes, into a gun. It goes bullets in that face the slide, and the gun goes in this way for a right-handed person, which is really great for the body. I really like how it shapes, but it seemed a goofy way for me to pull. So I talked to DoubleClick and told them that I needed to get a new holster, wanted to kind of re-up and design this. Because this thing is molded really, really tight, you can't reverse this one in here. So I talked to them and told them I wanted to redo my design a little bit with them and give you guys the option. So if you call and you order one of my holsters, which it's the TnS combo holster, you can tell them which direction you want your magazine to face, just like if you need this for a right-handed or a left-handed. So that's an option. I told them I really wanted to let people make that decision. So that's my very first one. Technically, I would call this my prototype. I got this one the other day, and I was sick, didn't get to open it for 3 or 4 days, but I called up, I told them what I wanted. I think they knocked this one out in 3 weeks for me, It's carbon fiber. It's got a red back insert, and the magazine faces the direction I want. And it is super, super comfortable. It's got all the sinew on the back, and told them I said definitely wanted their new logo on it, but I am super proud of this holster that I thought of and designed and put out here for you guys. So if you want one of these, I've got a discount code. It's TnSteyr 10. Go over to DoubleClick Holsters. That works on anything they make. You guys get 10% off. But if you want one of my holsters or you want the new one, tell them you want, if you like this, you want this, appendix. It's an appendix setup the way I have it here with what they call the three-way. But this is a inside the waistband holster or appendix rig. They've got a couple different options for belt clips, but if you want the brand new one, tell them you like the carbon fiber one. This is my new TNS holster. This is one I built, or designed, they built for me. So I'm super, super proud of it. And it is awesome. Retention, I'm holding it. See, your stuff doesn't fall out. Yep, see, it doesn't fall. So I'll get you guys a video on this one, better than just kind of showing it off here, but I like it. Fun stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna kind of finish up here and do the last little bit. I got a mail drop, and I'll answer any more questions you guys got, and we'll wrap this up here shortly. William, that looks great. Oh, thank you, Will. Let's see. Well, what's up, man? Oh, hey guys. Thanks, Mr. Johnson. How are you, man? Hope you're well. And, well, hopefully, I mean, you guys should be doing good out there in Texas way. You should be nice and warm. I'll be passing through next Saturday or Sunday. Be passing through your neck of the woods. Okay, guys. Well, fun mail drop stuff. I got mags. I got five more of the P mags, and I think I'm going to take one of these and do what I would consider a destruction test. I'm going to take one and go toss it around and really beat the hell out of it. I have played, you guys, I gave a ton of these away like a year ago at a range day. I got some more, so I'm going to play with these. They're going into my plate carrier, which I'm going to start working on a new plate carrier. But I am going to take one of these and see what it will stand up against a standard waffle mag. I've got a old Steyr waffle mag, and I'm going to load them, I'm going to toss them. I'm going to see which one I can break first in real world. None of the, like Demolition Ranch, I'm not going to burn them in gasoline or anything, but like real world stuff. What happens if, you're up on a shooting tower, or you get out the car and you drop one on the ground and kick it across the parking lot, standard real world stuff. But I'm going to take a P mag and a waffle mag and see which one breaks first. So that's it. Next one from you guys, and this is always super, super cool, and all of this came from one gentleman, and it's really nice that you guys send me stuff that I can play with and test out. I'm just going to quickly kind of dig through this to show you guys some of the stuff that we're going to play with this upcoming year, and it's basically as I get time to do reviews and can add this this stuff into my daily regiment to test and play with and give you guys a better actual honest reviews about. So we got some more mag clinch holders, which look like, grab out my drawer. This camera angle is really working great. I can go grab stuff. So here, mag clinch, it holds AUG mags. This is the only one that works for AUG mags and for bullpup, and I'll give demonstrations on how to set this up to run dual mags. So, got another one of those. Let's see. Got another grip. So, go pedal for a pistol, which I really like the last one that I got, but it does not like, which gun was it? It does not like the A2, the Steyr 8, the MF. It's kind of loose. It doesn't really work with that 19 Picatinny rail, but it works really, really well on my VF1 theme Steyr pistol. So we'll test this one. This one's called Cross Pistol Training Device, Crossed Armory, Thumb Grip, Patent Pending. I don't know. It's a go pedal. If you guys don't know what a go pedal is, it's a place to put your non-support hand. Let's see. From Block Grips. That is a big chunk of brass. This is, guys, I did kind of go through it. This is a compensator weight that goes on the Picatinny rail. And that thing is freaking heavy. Like, that's got to weigh like half as much as the pistol. So, I don't know. I'll weigh that. That thing is heavy. I don't know. For compensator, there's no reason that you ever would have muzzle rise with that thing on there. Have a sandwich baggie of pull tabs. I'll have to have the wife tell me what colors those are, because she says there's multiple. There says there's 3 colors. I see 2. I'm assuming there's some type of green and brown, and there's black or something. I don't know. Pull tabs. Let's see. I have a ESAC mag holder. And hold on, we'll find it, what I do with it. Somewhere it is a really, really tight AUG mag holder. Or PMAG holder. That's going to take extra time. Okay, cool. Got that and a sticker. I did kind of look through this here the other day when it showed up to have an idea. Got another tail assembly for an AUG trigger pack to help with trigger pull and the Steyr system. So that's what that is. Another 3D printed part. Some watch band. Got myself a chevron sight insert for like AR mag pop-up sights, metal sights. Sorry, my brain's not working. I'm trying to overthink. This is a mag clinch tool. That'll take a much deeper explanation because I read on that. This is actually a little tool that works for running through Molly. It works for a sight. It's a carbon scraper. It's just basically like a multi-tool you can throw on your kit, and it's really lightweight. Got some more mag clinches. I'm going to have every mag I've got doubled up. So there's like 4 more of those. So I'll have like 10 double mags to play with. And last but not least, a set of diamond head pop-up sights. So that'll probably work with the chevron style insert if I wanted to do that, instead of just a little post sight. But those are a giant set of pop-up metal like the big Troy Industry ones. So I'm sure I can get something on there we can test. And this came in from you guys, so this is awesome. I got a bunch of stuff to play with and to test out and to see what kit and stuff works, what doesn't work, and actually do it the way I think it should be done. And honestly, like, hey, this works and doesn't work. So guys, this is a bunch of stuff I get to go through and work with, and I'll do some videos and keep you all updated. All right, let's see real quick who said what. Thanks for. Let's see. Outlaw Cast, thanks for spearheading the AUG gang. Dude, I don't spearhead it. I'm definitely involved with it, but it's a great platform and operating system. So I do my best. NA. I want a Corvo shell deflector. Right hand win. You think Steyr will get some $9 shipping factory direct? Yeah, I don't know when Steyr will have any. Granted, I think they get shipments like once a month from them, but I believe you can actually get the case deflector direct from Corvos, and I mean they work. They're really nice. Mine's got one on there. If you missed it, check out. Oh, you circle back to this video. I was talking about it, but from Arad, they make a new one. It's a 3D printed that goes in like 10 seconds. Just check them out. They're on Instagram. It's ARID. You can. I've got links to them. You can go through my pictures where I post and talk about it. They're the ones that do the upgraded triggers and stuff too. So I'm sorry they don't have their website up and running just yet, but they just came out with their case deflector. But if you want a Corvos one, I mean, go to Corvos's website and see if you can order it and get it shipped directly. That would probably be the fastest, easiest thing to do. And yes, I know they're expensive. It sucks, but it's Corvos. They make good stuff. Big Johnson. Also, wait, looks right. No. Carry on. Gib 20-inch. Nah. What are the keys? Okay, you guys were talking about getting the case deflectors and stuff. Somebody was asking giggity on the 20-inch barrel. Yeah. So we'll get that out and do some shooting and play with it. I will say, guys, when I got that barrel, it was definitely not new. It took some cleaning up and took about a day or so to get the piston system back to being 100%. But I'll even build y'all a video and show you how to service your gas piston and clean it up, just in case if you've never cleaned your AUG gas system before. It's really simple. You can probably get it done in like 5 minutes. It actually probably takes longer just to brush all the carbon off. Alrighty, fellers. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, the live stream, the questions and answers. I will not be doing any more live streams until SHOT Show. So it'll be at least 10 days. So keep an eye on the channel. Keep an eye if you're not subscribed or if you don't follow me over on the social medias, Facebook or Instagram. Remember, that's only the other 2 places that I hang out besides a bunch of the forums and talk. But if you guys want to see live videos or up-to-date pictures, Facebook and Instagram, they pretty much run parallel all the time. I try to keep both the same content on both pages. You guys can follow and check it out. But it's just, TnSteyr. Everything's always the same name. But I will be at SHOT Show. We're going to drive out and go check it out. Enjoy 3 days of nothing but guns and people and the whole experience. So I will get as many pictures. I know I've already set up interviews with Steyr. We'll get some questions that I've already got written out answered. We'll find out what they're doing for 2022 and here in the near future. See who's doing what, who's moved in the company, and production, things like that. If you guys have specific questions about Steyr stuff for them, definitely shoot me an email so I can get those answered or get them to answer them at SHOT Show. And like I said, any of the other companies you guys want to know about, you want me to go do an interview with, check out, get involved with, tell me. Let me know. I mean, there's 2,500 different companies going to be there, and I think I've got 10 or 15 on the books that I know I'm going to go after and talk to, and I'm really, really hoping I can get a few of them to help me, and we'll proceed this year very, very heavy on the ELR and distance rifle shooting stuff, which is going to be really, really awesome. Towards the end of this year, there is going to be record attempts at distance that are going to be globally recognized that I'm working on attending. So fingers crossed we can take 308, take the SSG 08, to the mile mark and get it on record and get it recognized globally. So that's what I'm working towards and for. So if you guys are into cool bolt action guns, shooting long distance, being really precise, you definitely want to check out and look into 0 to 1 mile. Alrighty, last go through and then I'm going to call it a night. Have a good night. Let's see. Question about 40 Smith & Wesson and the A2 MF pistol. That is a giant negative. The MF pistol, the 5th generation Steyr, is only factory produced in 9mm. 40 is dead. They said that in 2019 when they released the pistol that they build one caliber, 9mm. Now, if you want to make an MF shoot in 357 SIG or in 40 Smith & Wesson, the only way to make it work is to do a barrel conversion. You can take your previous A1 complete slide assembly and barrel, remove it from a 40. We'll use L model, a L40A1. Take the barrel, the slide, the whole top assembly, take it off. Take your MF, your A2 MF, take the barrel, slide, and swap them. It'll all fit and function and work just perfectly. Mags will interchange in one direction. I've got videos and talks about it. But if you're looking for a factory 40 caliber MF, unless they change it in 10 days, not happening. Any modular stuff? Nothing on the modular for like the MF. I'm hoping in 10 days I'll find out if Steyr's doing more panels, different color lowers, if they're going to move with the whole MF philosophy. Hoping so. So we'll find out. NA, it is Arid, A-R-I-D. Easiest, best way is to check them out on Instagram. And they're linked. If you look at my page, you'll just look through my pictures. You can, look for AUG stuff. We did some giveaways. They're linked in there. So it's Arid, A-R-I-D. Okay, well, I believe I got the questions answered. We're caught up. It's almost 8 o'clock my time. So, guys, I'll see everybody in about 10 days when we're heading to SHOT Show. And remember, every day at SHOT Show, like I said, I'll be taking pictures, filming interviews. So keep an eye. It'll be all day, every day for like 5 days out there. So there's no telling when I'll be on. Sadly, probably won't be a lot of warning. So make sure notifications are turned on. You guys want to see what we're doing and what's going on. And I'll try to give as many updates and even take pictures and, kind of vlog from Vegas and around the town. I don't know, maybe we can go play with the tank people or hang out with the Gundy Awards. All right. Good night, everybody.